Let's be real for a moment. There are certain things women deeply want from men, but will almost never say out loud. Not because they're dishonest, but because admitting it feels uncomfortable or even contradictory. Curious. They want to feel guided, but not controlled. They enjoy attention, but only when it comes from the right man. And sometimes the very behaviors they claim to dislike are the same ones that quietly spark attraction inside them. In this video, I'm breaking down 7 intense truths about female desire, things rooted in psychology, not surface-level opinions. Thoughtful. This isn't about disrespect or manipulation. It's about understanding the deeper layer of attraction that often gets hidden behind politeness, social expectations, or phrases like, "That's not my type." Stay with me until the end, because the last point taps into a core instinct that influences attraction more than anything else. Before we go further, let's clear something up. This isn't about tricks or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about recognizing patterns in human behavior, patterns that exist whether people admit them or not. Curious. The truth is, most men go through life missing these signals. They focus on what women say they want, but ignore what actually creates emotional response. And that gap is where attraction often falls apart before it even begins. Excited. So if you're ready to look beneath the surface and understand what truly drives connection, let's get into it. First, she wants you to lead with confidence, not force. Even the most independent woman feels something when she's around a man who knows what he's doing and isn't afraid to take initiative. She may believe in equality, and she does, but emotionally, she's drawn to certainty. Thoughtful. When you step up, make decisions, and guide situations calmly, it creates a sense of ease for her. It's not about control, it's about feeling safe enough to relax. Think about her daily life. She's constantly making decisions, solving problems, handling responsibilities. Size. When she's with you, she doesn't want more pressure. She wants a break from that constant thinking. When you say, "I've got this, come with me." Instead of asking her to decide everything, you give her space to breathe. Whether it's choosing where to go or taking the lead in uncertain moments, that sense of direction is powerful. But there's a difference between leading and controlling. Real leadership comes from inner confidence, not dominance. It's about being grounded enough that she naturally trusts your direction. Thoughtful. When she feels that, attraction shifts from logical to instinctive. Second, she enjoys playful teasing, not harshness. Many men fall into extremes. They're either overly nice or completely distant. But what often creates chemistry is the space in between. Chuckles. Light teasing, done with confidence and warmth, creates emotional movement. It adds energy to the interaction. When you tease her the right way, you're showing that you're comfortable, that you're not intimidated, and that you can engage on a deeper level. Chuckles. It creates moments she remembers. Because attraction isn't built on flat conversations. It grows through emotional variation. There's a clear difference, though. Teasing should feel playful, not hurtful. It should make her smile, not feel attacked. Done right, it shows personality and confidence. Done wrong, it pushes her away. Size. The key is balance, keeping it light, natural, and respectful. Third, she wants to feel like she's earning your attention. This doesn't mean playing games or being distant for no reason. It means having your own life, your own priorities, and not making her the center of everything immediately. Thoughtful. People value what requires effort. When something comes too easily, it often loses its appeal. If you're always available, always responding instantly, always prioritizing her over everything else, it removes any sense of excitement. But when you have your own focus, your work, your goals, your purpose, it naturally creates space. Curious. That space builds curiosity. It's not about ignoring her. It's about having a life that doesn't revolve entirely around her. When she feels like she has to earn your time and attention, she invests more emotionally. And the more she invests, the stronger the connection becomes. Thoughtful. Fourth, she's drawn to depth, layers within your personality. She doesn't just want kindness. She wants strength, boundaries, and a sense that there's more beneath the surface. Curious. A man who is calm but capable, gentle but firm when needed, creates a powerful contrast. This isn't about being aggressive. It's about showing that you have control over yourself, that you're not easily shaken, and that you can handle challenges when they arise. Calm. When she senses that you're composed but not weak, it builds both trust and intrigue. It's the balance that matters, being kind without being passive, being strong without being harsh. Thoughtful. When those elements come together, it creates a presence that feels both safe and exciting. Fifth, she doesn't need constant attention. In fact, too much of it can feel overwhelming. Size. When you're always available, always reaching out, it can reduce the sense of value. But when your attention is balanced, when you have moments where you're focused on your own life, it creates space for her to think about you. This isn't about calculated silence. It's about genuine independence. Thoughtful. When you're engaged in your own goals and activities, you naturally won't be glued to your phone. And that's attractive because it shows you have direction. Attention has value. When it's given too freely, it loses impact. But when it's meaningful and not constant, it becomes something she appreciates more. Thoughtful. That balance is what keeps attraction alive. Sixth, she respects a man who can say no. Many men believe that agreeing with everything will make them more likable. Chuckles. In reality, it often has the opposite effect. When you have boundaries and stand by them calmly, it shows self-respect. Saying no doesn't mean being difficult. It means knowing your limits and sticking to them. When you don't rely on her approval, it changes the dynamic. Confident. It shows that you value yourself and that naturally earns respect. A woman may test this without even realizing it. She may push limits to see how you respond. When you stay calm and firm, it shows strength. Thoughtful. And that strength is attractive because it signals stability and confidence. Seventh, she wants a deep emotional connection that feels secure and meaningful. Not control in a physical sense, but a sense of emotional certainty. She wants to feel chosen, understood, and safe enough to be fully herself. Thoughtful. When you show consistency, when you understand her beyond the surface, when you create a space where she feels accepted, that's when real connection forms. Sincere. It's not about dominance, it's about presence, trust, and emotional depth. This is where attraction turns into something stronger. When she feels that level of connection, her investment becomes deeper. Because she's not just drawn to you, she feels connected to you in a way that's hard to replace. Thoughtful. So these are the 7 truths, not dirty in a physical sense, but intense in a psychological way. Curious. These are the subtle dynamics that influence attraction more than most people realize. Understanding this isn't about playing games. It's about seeing human behavior clearly. When you lead with confidence, maintain your independence, set boundaries, and build real emotional connection, you naturally become someone women are drawn to. Thoughtful. Attraction isn't always logical. It doesn't always align with what people say on the surface. But when you understand the deeper patterns, everything starts to make more sense. Take these ideas and apply them in a real, honest way. Focus on becoming grounded, confident, and authentic. Because in the end, that's what creates lasting attraction. Not pretending, not forcing, but simply showing up as a man who knows his worth. Size. If this opened your perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content like this on. Excited. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep building yourself into someone who naturally stands out. If this opened your perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content like this on. Excited. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep building yourself into someone who naturally stands out.